Hello, welcome. My name is Jordan. I'm going to be leading you all in mindfulness practice or meditation practice today. And we're really going to be starting out today with just the basics of how to set up your sitting space and the posture, which is the crucial kind of foundation upon which your mindfulness practice will be based. Without good posture, can really actually be excruciatingly painful to sit for a lot of people. So that's why we're going to start with this today. But before I move into posture, I just want to show you what you'll need to set up your space. I have actual sitting mats, but that's not necessary for you. Really what you're going to want is a blanket and some pillows. What you want to do with the blanket is to fold it up so that the blanket itself ends up being about this size, probably about 2.5 feet by 3.5 feet. So just fold a blanket into those dimensions and lay that down on the ground. It should be, as you can see here, 2 to 3 or 4 inches thick. You wouldn't really want it more than probably 4 inches thick. But yeah, 2 or 3 inches. And this is just so that your legs aren't on the floor, and it makes it more comfortable so your legs don't fall asleep as often. And then as far as pillows go, again, I have a pillow that's actually made for this, but that's not necessary. You can just use some house pillows. And I would suggest experimenting in the first week with the number of pillows. Probably with regular pillows, because they're going to compress when you sit on them, you probably want about 2. But you can try, one day try sitting with 1, see how that feels, and the next day maybe try 2, and for some of you, you might even want to try 3. It really depends. If you're just using your bed pillow, you can also fold your regular sleeping pillow in half. That works quite well. So in the first few days of establishing your practice, you just want to kind of play around with the number of pillows you have under your hips. And it may, in fact, feel a little bit like that you're a little bit high when you first start, but that's good. You really want to lift your hips off the ground, or else you'll really start to experience lower back problems. That's why we sit raised up on a pillow as opposed to just sitting on the floor. So again, get that set up. Find a blanket and fold it into those dimensions, and get some pillows, and once you've done that, you can set that up. The last kind of note, you want to set up your sitting space somewhere where you don't have to move it every day, if at all possible. It's really good to establish a space for the duration of the time that you're experimenting with having a sitting practice, and for that place to become comfortable, and for that place to be the place in which you sit. If you move your sitting space around a lot, and ideally you don't want to have to break it down every day either, if at all possible. That way it just becomes more normal. It becomes part of the place in which you live, and it's where your practice is, and you'll see over time why this is important. It's just nice to have that sensation is that your sitting place is available for you when you want to sit. So that being said, set up your blanket, set up your pillows, and join me in sitting on your mat. And I'm going to walk you now through the 7 main points of meditation posture. So the first is really the foundation, and the foundation is your hips, your sits bones, your butt, and you want to arrange these on the pillow, and you may actually reach down with your hands and kind of pull your hips out in order to really feel those 2 bones contacting the pillow, and you really almost bounce around to get it really a solid foundation, because ultimately your whole upper body weight is really situated primarily right on your hips. So you want to make some micro adjustments and just make sure that it feels really solid and really comfortable, and adjust so that your foundation, your hips, are firmly situated on your pillow. Next, you have moving out from the hips is kind of the establishment of your legs and your feet. There's many ways you can do this. Basic what's called Indian style pose. This is fine if this is, for those of you that maybe aren't as flexible, this is fine. Then you, of course, have the half lotus pose, which is just where one foot's below and the other foot, the ridge of the foot, just fits right into the crest here. And you want to adjust this. As you first take this position, you may notice some pain in your ankles or your knees, inside of your thighs or your calves. And so just, again, make some micro adjustments, shift things around, and try and establish a good foundation. And having gotten your legs and your hips situated, you now want to move to the torso. So this is the foundation, your hips and your legs, and your whole body emerges out of that foundation. And so with your torso, you can really take a really deep breath in and feel your whole body filling with air, and this lifts. It lifts your whole body up, and this is good. At first, you almost exaggerate it a bit, but then as you breathe out, you allow your whole torso to kind of settle onto the foundation that you've established. And, our backs naturally have a curve in the spine, so you want to have a straight back, but at the same time, just be mindful of the fact that your back naturally arches. Next, we have our chest and shoulders. What we want to do now is take a deep breath in, lift our hands with that, and as we release, roll our shoulders back and release. And let your hands just settle on your thighs. So now we're situated all the way up to our shoulders. Nice high, what your mom might call good posture. And now you have your neck. It's a small part of your body, but it's really important. You want to get this really situated well. If your neck is tight, you may want to stretch from side to side or roll your head around. If you have a tight neck, you can do this every time before you start your sitting practice. And you want to have it so that your neck is really just centered on your body, so that your head, even though it's of course connected to your neck, is really balancing on your neck, not dependent upon the fact that it has that connection. The next point of posture, of course, is the head itself. What you want to imagine, the highest part of your head is in fact not right here in the front, but right at the back of your head, right here. Imagine that there's a string connected right here and going straight up into the sky, and that string is being pulled. And when you do that, you get another inch or two of really bringing your head up, and this pulls your whole body and posture even higher. And what you want to do is breathe in, and as you breathe out, just let your chin fall slightly forward. And as you do that, it brings your whole face down. Your eyes should be focused at a point 4 to 5 feet in front of you. You're not really looking at anything in particular. You just kind of have a soft gaze. And with this, we're down to the last point of posture, and that is our face. We hold a lot of stress and tension in our face. So breathe in again. And as you breathe out, just release all the muscles in your face. Think about your forehead and your eyes, your nose, your cheeks, and just let that all go. Really, the smallest of all of the different points of posture, but the face is very important because all of the stress and tension we carry with us, we carry a lot of that in our face. So to actively think about letting that go is very important. And so then now you have this posture for the next 3 or 4 days. I really want you to not focus on anything. There's no instruction. All you need to do is just come and spend 5 to 10 minutes a day just practicing this posture.